Yay, Blaze is there. Yippee! Literally posted the thing above. Huh. CJ confuses me. Oh, it didn't log me in. Weird. Huh. My Twitch chat wasn't logged in for some reason. That was weird. Now I am.
Should adjust my camera. I'm slightly clipped off by my own name.
Just looks like a mustache. It's fine.
I'll eventually get this camera right where I want it to be.
Mine gets moved every other week because I have to unplug my my mixer, and it all the cables are run back through the desk. So it ends up pulling on my webcam every time. I have to go readjust it. So don't worry.
Oh,
Okay, you're artsy. Have you ever seen metallic prints, like metallic photo prints?
I have metallic paint, but I've not seen a metallic photo print before.
Yeah, so there's
printing it on foil.
It's not on foil. It's actually on paper, but they have a layer of metallic sheen underneath all of the ink. So if you print a picture of a sunset, for instance, with a light shining on it, it ends up looking like it's illuminated instead of just receiving light like ink normally
Oh,
would.
that's cool.
Yeah, I just ordered the guy behind me, but it's hard to tell what it just looks like a regular picture via another like a picture or a webcam. It's hard to tell what it looks like unless it's in person.
It looks very glossy.
Yeah, it is. It is, but it also, if you look at it at the right angle, it actually looks like it's almost like you're there because it's a stormtrooper or snow stormtrooper. Anyway, please don't hate me, whoever's listening / watching this. Anyway, it looks like he's there because the glare and everything is just like beaming into your eye instead of just being a white sheet of paper. So it actually looks really, really cool. Not as cool as I was hoping, but it was a test idea to see how it turned out. I was already ordering prints. Yeah, I was already ordering prints, and I was like, you know what? I've never had a metallic print. I'm gonna order one, and I did. But next time it'll be a sunset photo or something where there's a lot of color that makes sense for it to be reflective.
Like frame it and stick it up in your living room or something?
Yeah, or behind me here in the quasi-studio thing that I claim as a studio, but it's actually just a closet, and everybody makes fun of me for it.
It's fine. I don't have a studio either. This is my room.
That's all right. They're just like, oh, Bud Long's coming back into the closet. I'm like, yeah, shut up. It's fine.
Although it looks kind of like a magical Minecraft house with like the chunks, the square bits of foam, and
right.
I'm like this.
I should call it my Minecraft studio. That's what I should start calling it. It's my Minecraft studio.
Basically, about the same size as the first house everyone builds in Minecraft when they first start. Every just blocks of anything you can pick up.
Right.
One square by one square.
Protect me at night.
There, be safe.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You just dig a hole and sit in there. It's a 1 by 2, and you just stand there buried with a block of dirt over your head until the night's over. Just sit there.
Oh, that's a direct link to the Ustream stream. Crap. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I was hoping there's an article on that ISS stuff. No. What? Please tell me that's not real. That Portland man robs a Baskin-Robbins with a needle full of AIDS.
Reminded me of the dude that robbed a convenience store with a potato.
Oh my gosh, it's a real article. It's a Portland person. Oh, this is just crazy talk.
In Portland, Oregon, Maine, Connecticut. Well, we don't have a Baskin-Robbins here, so it can't be here.
Yeah, it doesn't. It just says a Portland man. It's a very short article, so it may not even be true. But
I believe that a guy would run into a building screaming, "No, I have a needle of AIDS."
Right. I'll stab you, fool. Needle of AIDS. Let's see. AIDS of glory. What the fark? Okay. Yeah, maybe it's not real. We'll see.
But yeah, there was a dude who like that. There was a guy about a week ago who, I think it was sometime last week. who decided he was going to rob a convenience store for money.
He did what?
He was going to rob a convenience store and like
Hmm.
take all the money. And what happened was he walked in there and it said that he had a potato disguised as a gun. And I'm not
Yeah, I
entirely
heard about
sure
that. I don't
how,
know
like,
how
I guess
that
he
worked.
carved it into the shape of a
I,
gun or he
I
held it up in his pocket or whatever.
guess.
But the funny thing about this is, and I think a lot of places are doing this, and I hope that they are, probably save them the trouble, but when he robbed the place, the girl behind the counter popped open the register, and she reached in and she pulled out, all the money that was in there and handed it to him, and he left. Turns out it was a dummy register, and the money she gave him isn't real.
Nice. Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
It was a fake register with fake money, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
That
apparently a lot of places are using decoy registers with non oh my gosh, with unreal money in
yeah,
them.
non legal tender.
Yeah.
It kind of has to look real so that they don't obviously get it and then shoot you if they do have a real gun. But
Yeah.
that's brilliant that it's actually a fake register. So all the money, it's like you don't have to go. Let me find the special money to hand you. You just
Yeah.
hand
Because
them all of it.
from what it sounds like to me is it sounds like all the real registers are under the counter now, and then you've got the one that's sitting up there. So if someone's like, "Oh,
Right.
the register," and they don't know that you've got one hidden under a thing.
Right.
So, but that's one I heard. I also had two. I also heard two news stories about magical, amazing children. The first one is older. That was from a couple weeks back, but it was two little boys who were in a car when their mom went into their church, their local church, for some reason.
Okay.
And while they were there, a guy that they knew, like a friend of the family, carjacked them with the two kids. Like one's, I want to say one was 6 months and the other
Oh
one was
no.
2, and he drove away. And these children, for some reason, were able to determine that this was not a thing that was supposed to be happening, and that even though this is a person they saw all the time and who was good friends with their mom, that he wasn't supposed to be doing this. And so they attacked him. They were screaming and yelling and apparently smacking him with their toys until he finally pulled over about, I think they said, a block and a half down the road and let them out,
Wow.
and then drove
That's
away.
great.
And
I
then
mean,
there
not
was
that he stole the car with the kids in it, but the
yeah.
fact that he had to let the kids out because they were beating him up with
Kids were like,
toys.
no. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And then the other one was a young boy, and I thought he was walking home from school, but it turns out I was mistaken. He was actually in his yard, and he saw some money on the lawn, and he went over to pick it up, and someone grabbed him. And they threw him in the back of a car, and they drove away, and they told him to be quiet, and that's when this kid started singing, it wasn't multiple ones, but just one gospel song. And the guy kept telling him to shut up, and he wouldn't. And he sang this song for 3 hours.
Goodness.
Until this guy got so mad that he just dropped the kid off on the sidewalk.
Right.
And I'm like, that is an amazingly lucky kid because, oh my God, the guy could have hurt him.
Yeah, he could have killed him instead of just letting him go. Like, that could
Yeah.
have turned out horrible. I'm glad it didn't, but man, that's...
Blaze in the chat room. She pinged me privately because we're friends, but she just said, the potato thing reminds me of this news story of this dude who drove his car through the wall of a store, took a banana, and then walked away.
Yeah.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I love bizarre
Oh,
news stories. I
that's
like
good.
watching it's for a place called Radio Dead Air, and they do a news program called What the Fuck Is Wrong with You?
Yeah.
And they just look for all the most bizarre stories they can find. So that's where we get things like dude trying to escape officers while drunk last winter by running into the woods and sitting in a tree and screaming, "You can't arrest me, I'm an owl."
Nice.
That one was funny.
That's great. I love
We had a
crazy
guy like
people.
that here, actually, like in Connecticut. And we had, oh, one minute, my video was done. Yay, publish it.
Yippee.
YouTube didn't complain about that one.
How large was it?
This one is only 6 minutes long, but this one has a full song, and the other one that it was complaining about before it has multiple songs in it. And that's where it stopped, and it went, 86 minutes in, there's the thing that sounds vaguely similar to another thing, but I'll talk
Right.
about it on the show.
Yeah, we get those warnings on the show because most of the time we play indie artists who have given us permission, but we have permission from all the songs we play.
Yes, I want
But
it.
but it's just an automated process. So they just, if they see anything that's recognized and in YouTube already officially, they're like, hey, that's not really yours.
Yeah. Well, like I'll expand upon in the show is the weird thing is that the claim that's on this isn't the person who owns this song. It's not even the right title. Like, I know the person who wrote this song. He's one of my good friends, and I asked him specifically, I'm like, hey, can I use your music on my show, and I'll give you some exposure? Right. And he's like, yeah, sure, cool, I'll give you more. Here's some that's not even on the internet yet. Nice.
Yeah, I've got a friend who writes stuff just for kicks and giggles. He doesn't have CDs or anything, and he sent me some music, like, I don't know, like 4 years ago, and when I started getting involved with Geek.io, I was like, hey, you have anything you've written in the past like 3 years that you wouldn't mind us playing? He was like, here's like 6 songs, and we've got them, and it's all, it's not stuff we'd play in the middle of the show because there's no words or anything tied to them. It's mostly stuff we use in the ads and everything else just for background music. But it was pretty cool because he was like, I don't care, I don't even sell it. Because CJ, when we first started, he was like, dude, like where can we send people? And I was like, nowhere. He doesn't sell any of it.
It's
so
just for here.
He just said go for it. Yeah.
I think that's funny. But yeah. Well, like, again, I'll expand upon when everyone's here, but what's really funny is when it sent me this angry note, I was like, that's not the right song. That's not the right people. And yes, I have permission. I'm talking to them in person right now, and they're laughing that this has happened.
Yeah, it's happened to TMS actually a couple times where they've got permission to play those songs through Coverville, and they get warnings on HOAs. The actual Hangout on Air will warn you if you're playing something that's copyrighted.
Yeah. Oh well, I know that I'd rather them grab people who are illegally using stuff. It's just I'm just sitting there and I'm like, oh, I hope this doesn't take forever because it says your issue should be resolved by next month, and I'm like, oh, goody. As long as people can look at it, then fine.
Right.
I'm like, I get it. I'm like, okay, fine. If I can't put ads on it, whatever.
Yeah.
It won't kill me. It's not like I'm making tons of money off of there anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm like, really, you guys are the only ones losing out money-wise. But I'm like, it just irritated me. I'm like, I hope this is the automated system and not some random person that was like, oh!
No, it's an automated thing.
Okay.
When you hit review, I believe somebody's supposed to go look at it. Hey, technically we're already live on YouTube because I didn't think it would be this late. Because I'm dumb. That's fine.
Well, YouTube gets to see the pre-show. Now they know what they're missing and why they should be here early.
You get to miss these shenanigans every week unless you get here early. So
yeah.
Shenanigans?
So think of this as a free sample.
Shenanigans.
It's like the show extended. It's when
hey,
we're
look
not...
at the bright side. I'm clothed at least.
Yay!
Pre-show, I'm clothed!
I suppose if you'd flipped on your webcam and had been completely naked, I'd have been like, well, I guess now we are officially friends.
Right.
Oh, wait, hold on, I can fix this.
Wait, whoa, hold on, wait.
Oh,
what?
no!
Oh,
Rachel, no!
So confused.
There might be children! No, probably not.
Oh, see, I didn't read this article yet because
Just know that if you are naked, I will critique you as an artist.
Oh, snap.
Not fully naked, tank top.
Blaze, we know you're here early. Not everyone is listening live, and that was a tease for them to listen live. But the only way they'll hear that is if they're listening live. So I'm not really sure what good that does us. So thank you for being here early.
Well, I thought the implication was that the people who watch live on YouTube don't normally see us.
Hello.
Because pre-show.
That's true. CJ!
Hello.
So, without giving anything away, but you were serious about that link?
Yes.
Okay.
Why
I didn't know if
wouldn't
I don't know.
I mean, seriously, why wouldn't I be?
I didn't finish reading it. I was going to. I have it saved, but I didn't actually finish
In
reading.
fact, it's two things that I love and hate simultaneously.
Okay. I like my suggestion. Feel free to scroll down and look.
Oh, I have to go and vote on a thing, don't I?
Hello, monkey butt.
I don't even know what is happening downstairs.
It's a monka.
For my official verdict, I agree with Blaze.
I'll be right back.
All right, I agree with Blaze. Everyone should get here early.
No.
No, I'm talking about listeners,
Oh.
viewers. People.
Well, I mean, normally I've been on time the last few weeks, but
Oh no, we were talking about viewers, listeners, people who are listening to the show eventually. They should get here and listen early.
Good night.
Otherwise, they miss out on this fun chat. Good night.
You know, so you can't be mad about it later.
I don't know who that was.
It was Kiara.
Okay.
I am back.
Now
I
we're
told
waiting
him
for
and he knows
Josie
we can
Castle.
hear him.
Let's see.
Then we
Under
have
the
no right to
skin,
play.
bro. Under...
I sent him an invite, but I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Your title makes no sense.
Why?
Under the skin, over the skin bra, not under the skin bra. No. Don't we talk about boobs enough?
I'm
I'm
kind of
trying-
terrified by the idea of an under the skin one.
Oh, you should click the link and see the 3D fake mock-up of what's
frightening.
going to happen.
Oh,
That is
God.
frightening, and I like mine more.
I invited Jose, but I haven't heard from him, so I'm going to maybe
He did say he
shoot
may be a little late. I'm gonna shoot him a link on the Facebook.
later.
I have big announcement tonight.
Oh my gosh, that
Yeah,
was
you were
loud.
way loud, Rachel.
That's okay.
Stating the obvious one that you linked, CJ.
What?
The internet trolls might be bad people.
No, it's the fact that they're actually they have legitimate psychological disorders that they can
Here.
be legitimately diagnosed with now.
Wow.
There. Is that better?
Oh, that looks so painful.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I don't want to.
Somebody clicked through. Somebody clicked through. I like it.
Oh, no, the thing that has me is attached to ribcage with titanium screws.
Right.
Dude.
Right.
I'm like, nope.
Oh!
Here
What
we've
am
got to.
I
I've got to send this
missing?
to Blaze because I'm pretty sure we're
What
not going to talk about this.
sadistic person made this?
All right, Blaze, you're hearing this like 30 seconds later, but there's your link that I just posted.
Alex is about to explode. This is great.
It looks so painful.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
My God, freaking OBS, you have more updates than Flash.
Oh man.
Oh my god. People
Oh, hey,
complain
don't
about
up-
bras being uncomfortable. What about this thing? It's not like
Well-
you can adjust it.
It's just a one-time thing, and then it's permanent. You don't have to adjust it. It's done.
I would be perfectly okay with this if my nipples were as high as the ones in the picture there.
I have some news. Throughout your life,
man.
there is not a period of time in which your breasts stop growing.
Blaze, she said, I'm not sure I want to click this.
All right, I think we are live on the Twitchies.
Okay, we're live on YouTube and on Alpha Geek, so
Okay.
we're live on
This
all
is
the
terrible.
things.
All of the things. Now I want to double check on the Twitch. Oops, I forgot to do the changing of the name too.
Yep, we're live on last week's episode. Bravo.
All right,
Bravo.
we're off live. Hold on.
Well, I
got
found
this.
another one that if you guys want to talk about the fact that spiders are surprisingly similar to humans in the whole genome mapping thing.
No,
Yes.
no.
No, you want
It's
to stick
better
with
than
trolling?
boob pain.
Having pain.
Okay. I'm sorry, Budlong. This is more information than you probably want to know.
No, it's
I have tangerines at the end of fucking tube socks after losing 180 pounds, CJ. I would be okay with this.
Right, uses cookies.
I have no idea what just burped me.
Bloop.
Oh, you know what? It's my... Okay, here we go.
Nah.
Uh,
Alright. That looks fine. I'm wondering why I'm not seeing
Can
levels
you imagine
go
how
up.
terrible the surgery would be for that, though?
Yeah, it would be pretty bad. Well, no worse than like a vasectomy surgery, really. I mean,
It's just one. I don't know. I don't like the idea of having somebody break open my body and shove screws into my bones on some weird whim because I don't want to buy bras anymore.
all right, let's try this again on Twitch. Dale Campbell says, because hope you like 2014. Thank you, Dale.
Yep.
I love you, Dale.
Good old Dale.
All right, we are live, and now I'm testing sound. Weirdly, like 30 seconds ago.
Right. Boot says we're live, so we should be good there also. Actually, I'm curious if I go
Well, we're not getting any sound off of Twitch. So, I'm just going to make sure Hangouts... No, Hangouts is not going to the right things. That explains everything.
It says we're on air. Look at that. Bras should just be cheaper. Yes, I don't even buy them directly, but I agree.
Yeah.
And have a thing like Build-A-Bear, but build a bra. That's great. Yes.
But why, when with that
There we
thing,
go.
we could totally build a boob?
You want to build a boob, man?
Oh, can we put that as a show title?
That could be one.
Oh man, this isn't in the show though, so it won't make. I don't even care.
Whatever.
Yay!
Just leave a note saying you had to be there before the show started.
Right.
Bra should just be cheaper. Yes. Bras
Pre-show
should-
build a
bras should
boob.
What, bride should be cheaper?
Bras should be cheaper. Yes.
No, bride should be cheaper.
Brides, yes, that too.
Brides? Yes. Yes, they should. Russians are expensive.
Jeez. Oh man.
Yay, us not being the latest person here. At least we're here before the guest, at least.
Oh, what the heck? There's a okay. So I don't know if you guys have the same side links on the bra story, but I've got
Side bra links.
one of them is
another
unretouched
possible
Lady
one.
Gaga photo shows she was photoshopped to look slimmer and given protruding ribs, perkier breasts for a racy nude shoot. Is that a
doesn't surprise
surprise to anyone?
No, that should not be a surprise
The
to
only,
anybody.
I
ever.
want to say the only thing that is surprising is they made the ribs protrude more and
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
less. That's the only thing that's a little awkward about that.
Oh, having been somebody who worked in the fashion department, because I have a fashion minor from SCAD, and having met fashion people, there is an awful lot of not caring about people in that industry. Hence the
Yeah.
girls who were talking casually about a model who had died due to anorexia. And then they're like, oh, but that happens all the time. It's not that big a deal. I mean, there are thousands
Nice.
of models. I'm like, don't you care that a human being
Wow.
just died? And they're like,
Holy crap. Yeah, that's pretty
like-
horrible.
oh my god, every horrible stereotype about the fashion girl was in this building. And I like walked in and I looked around and I went,
There's no time.
Really should
There's a
be.
type of, yeah. There's also a bra that you can put wine into and sip it from.
yeah.
By the way, that's my favorite kind of bra.
See, I want to see some dude try to sneak it into an event by wearing it. And when people are
I
like,
would totally do it.
he's like, what? You got something against man boobs? And I'm like,
Challenge
have triple
accepted.
D's.
Oh, man.
Just stands
No,
there.
triple
What?
W.
You got a problem? You can't actually see the gesture through my.
Don't misgender me, man. If I want
I'm really a woman. How dare you?
Oh, man.
You see, actually, if they were big enough and somebody paused, be like, "Hey," you just have to give them this look for a while, and they'd look at you, and they'd look at your fake boobs, and look at you again, and be like. And then later on, somebody catches you drinking wine out of a straw, it's just linked into your shirt, and like you're just squeezing it to get the last bit out, and they're like. You walk past that same dude on the way out, now you're completely flat-chested and slightly tipsy, and they're like, "What happened?" Wait, weren't you a woman when you came in here? Yes.
Yes.
And now I'm not.
That's, you just reply with miracle of science.
Science, bitch.
It almost makes you want to have Thinner out in theaters again and just be like, the movie just affected me.
Blaze makes a good point. Sir, do you have a straw in your cleavage? Yes. Yes, I
Are you
do.
drinking your boob?
Of course, the
I
only
was
room that I
thirsty.
don't have a Starbucks straw in, I could totally do this right now. No,
Just
my
say
only
I
straw
was
is in
thirsty.
my only straw is in my iced tea, and I'm not going
And
to take
this is
that out
just the
because that's
pre-show,
just cold.
folks.
Yeah.
I agree. The bacon bra is better than the duct tape bikini.
By far.
Except the one. Okay, so doing a search for that picture, there's another one of a girl wearing raw bacon, and that's weird.
Yeah,
I'll admit
By
that.
the way,
It's raw
ladies,
bacon.
there's links for you both to vote on in the notes. We both voted on things. The men have voted. The women have not.
Oh yeah, I have to go and vote on that.
You've
Yeah.
said that 3 times now.
Yep, I have.
I'm okay. Judging by reactions earlier, this could either be a tie or it's going to be a landslide. I'm not really sure. Oh, it's a tie. It's a tie.
It's
No, we have to
coming
wait
up
for
to
Jose.
the fist.
Jose has to cover it.
The number of initials wins.
Oh well, then I suppose if we're doing that, hold
Oh,
on.
don't make me bring out my full name. Hold on.
Jajab.
Don't make me bring out my full name. Come on now.
Jujubee.
Here, you adjusted my name. There you go. We win.
I didn't adjust your name. What are you talking
You just
about?
put CJ.
Oh, well, listen.
There we go.
If I could put it in the right... Oh,
Did you
that's,
just
I'm
like
not gonna keep
Sophia the
this.
first your name?
Yes, I did. If we're doing letter count, I just stuck to
She
the
was a
first.
girl on a podcast doing all right.
You know,
Right.
if we do full exciting titles like we did the first time around here, that's what I'm going to say. It's that I'm the girl on the podcast doing all right. I'm me.
Have you...
The sad thing is, the worst thing is I could do that entire song.
You know what? You're
Probably
actually
off the
right.
top of
I
my
was a
head.
girl in the village doing all right.
I know the spoof of it, the Alexander the First.
Overnight.
I was a girl on the YouTube doing all right. I became a podcaster overnight because some guy kept leading me on about a comic one. So one of the guys had a baby.
Okay,
So that guy came to
can
me
I
and
make
said, "Hey,
one
maybe."
point about our subject that we're supposed to talk about tonight?
Yes.
It needs to
Which
be
one?
It needs to be quick. Whichever one, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be quick.
Yeah, depending on when Jose gets here, we might just skip that second one and just talk about like Little
Well,
Pony
if
for
it's
20
the
minutes.
first one, then it'll just be really short because I'll go no, and then
It'll be
Yeah, just
nope.
like so.
It'll be like that spider from Australia. Nope.
Yeah, but it'll be
Yeah.
we reenacting the
Spider, nope.
conversation from last week.
Spider, nope.
So, girls,
Hanging in this front window.
No.
Oh man.
Nope.
All right, I have sent Jose a text, Facebook, Gmail, and I sent my carrier pigeon to him. There is no other way to get a hold of this man.
That reminds me of something I always wish I
Have
could
you
say.
have you sent him a Twitter?
A
I'm
tweet.
about to send him a DM, yeah.
567.5.
I
All right.
got him,
So I'm gonna make a request now. Somebody remind me to put a link in the YouTube video to the beginning
No.
of the show. No? Okay.
Oh my god.
That's
Oh my
if
God,
you're
like-
watching
But
this
you-
after the fact and you're pissed that you have to sit through 45 minutes of pre-show, blame CJ because he said no. Oh man.
Where's the Jose? There, nope. No, there's the Jose.
I'm waiting for one more CJ.
Jose Castillo.
Let me see.
Jose.
But no, your
are
carrier
you
pigeon comment
there?
reminded me of something.
Hmm.
He's so happy because he got officially branded press from Hub. So he's like, Ermagerd!
You know, he's
I
probably
can't come
watching
on-
the season 4 disc that he got or whatever it is.
Yeah.
How come I can't? Oh, Krypton Logic. There we go. I was like, why can't I
Yes.
remember his name?
He says, I'm still out. Well then.
All right then.
Well, then
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
On with the show. All right. Well, he has an invite. If he wants to pop in later, sure. Why not?
We can totally
Who's
form me
up
in this.
When you're out.
Or in.
Okay.
Or back. All right. So
whatever.
prepping the show, we've got cameraman. Able to take pictures.
Cameraman.
Oh, hey, look behind me.
I can't. You're not on camera anymore.
I can't.
Yeah, you,
yeah.
you killed your camera.
Hey, look behind me.
What is that?
It's a
It's a
print from a
stormtrooper.
picture I took from Pensacon. It's a stormtrooper
Oh.
picture, but it's
Stormtrooper.
it's done on metallic paper and it looks fantastically cool, but not as cool as I thought it was going to.
It looks. You described it.
Aw.
It's metallic paper, so I thought it was gonna like bling a little more, but it doesn't. So
Make
be
that
right.
sound effect again.
You thought it was gonna do what?
does the camera matter? Because I just turned it off again. Okay. All right. And
Jose says he will join us when he is done.
okay. Yeah. All right. So show start in 3, 2, 1.
Mobile low bandwidth simulcast of this show available on Alpha Geek Radio. Using your mobile device web browser, go to mobile.alphageekradio.com to tune in now.
Hi, this is Christine Beanie from YouTube, and you're listening to Geek.io, where you put geek in and geek out.
Hey you.
If you're listening to this and don't want to hear expletives, you probably shouldn't listen to it. It's gonna get interesting.
Mobile audio stream enabled at mobile.alphageekradio.com. Chat room enabled at geek-io.com/live. Geek.io initialized.
We're geeking out across the globe, so tuck in and hold on to your butts. It's time for the Geek I.O. show.
Geek.io, put geek in and geek out.
Do your geeking and get your geeking out. That's right, it's Thursday, so once again, it is time for another Geek I.O. show. Your weekly dose of geeky goodness, recorded episode number 61, recorded Thursday, the 8th of May, 2014. Are you surprised that I actually know the show number without it being in the notes? I am CJ Boat.
I'm surprised you could say that without breathing, and I'm Alexandra Scholl.
You assume he actually has to breathe. I'm Rachel Boat.
Where is your third lung? The only question from Jared Budlong.
This is 2 years of doing this, building up to this moment, and now it's blown forever without our guest, Jose Castillo, because he's going to be on later because he's doing something else right now. So let's go ahead and move on into what we're playing with. Go, 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 go!
Gadgets, games, and gizmos.
I have had too much caffeine.
I can tell.
Did you guys go to Starbucks and drink all the coffee? Like,
All
what
of
happened?
the coffee. This is Gadgets, Games, and Gizmos, where we talk about what we've been playing with this week. Rachel doesn't have anything in the notes.
No, but I did say I've got an awesomely fabulous,
So announce the
super
file.
big surprise.
Preach it, lady.
I don't have school anymore! Well, for a week.
Holy crap, that was loud.
It's super exciting. You have no
My
idea.
tweaked audio earbuds. Geek at checkout for 30% off.
Yes, that is correct. I have completed my last file as of 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Yeah.
Now I'm just waiting on one grade. Just one grade I'm waiting on. I
Which
don't know
class
what
is
it's
it
gonna
that
be.
you're waiting on still?
Because
I probably wasn't paying attention in the hangout earlier.
No,
Yeah,
it
selective
is
reading
integrated
Budlong.
math and science.
Integrated reading and science? What?
No, math and science.
Oh, okay. So I can't listen either, evidently. I can't read, listen, and you
That's
do
okay.
math and science. That's okay. Yay.
I can't math. They made me
No,
math.
I can't math.
I like math.
See, math is not my friend when I'm teaching. Basically, in 4 months,
No,
they cram 6 years, kindergarten through 6th grade. They cram 6 years of mathematics education into 4 months.
you know, because we're talking about math, Mara is going to come and like start slinging some kind of quantum on us, right? She's gonna email me this big doctorate level thing. I'm gonna have no idea what the hell's going on with it.
Mara, I love you. Math is your forte. It is definitely not mine. Although I will say you did save my ass on multiple occasions during the last 2 years when I was like, help, I don't get it.
You get her back on the show, man. I miss her.
You gotta catch her in between runs.
Yeah, woman's a running beast.
Well, with any luck, by the end of summer, I will be doing the same that she's doing for kind of the same reason. Well, maybe different reasons. I don't know. Yeah. So other than that, I am done for the semester with school. I am so happy.
Very.
Hey.
I am so tired. It has been. CJ can attest to the fact that for the last 3 weeks, I have spent every
Yeah.
night, Monday through Friday, at Starbucks, and some Saturdays and Sunday nights too, from anywhere from 6 to 7 o'clock at night until they close at 10, doing studying, writing reports, writing lesson plans, writing papers, writing by you name it.
Writing things, all of the things.
And creating prompts for myself to remember the things that I had to do for the on-demand lesson plan, which could have been any one of 25 different prompts that I was receiving. So, yeah, it's been 3 weeks of hell. and no fun, and Rachel's been cranky. So now I'm not cranky. I'm going on vacation. I'm happy.
No, according to Mudlong, we were supposed to be this week, so you know.
Well, CJ, if you remember, initially I think we were supposed to go away this week, but I wasn't sure if I had a live final or not.
Thank you. I have backup on that. Yes,
No,
you just never updated me, and my calendar is perfectly good for the original information I was given.
So we weren't sure if we were going to go the first week or the second week, and I said we should probably switch to the second week. I don't think we ever updated that long. Oops.
Sorry.
That's fine. I just made the suggestion we actually create I'll create an event and invite you to it, and that way, if it changes, you can just go, hey, by the way, then not so much.
I should probably make like a Google Calendar for all of us to look at.
You know, okay, we should talk about this off the air.
We have the Geek.io show calendar over at geek-io.com/calendar, but we don't. I should probably set up something internally for us.
Well, no, if we're all using
101.
Yeah, if we're all on Gmail though, you can share your calendar with people, and then they can at least view if you're available or not. And it may not show all the personal details.
My weird swingers events on my calendar.
No, it just says unavailable. It doesn't say what you're doing.
I get weird looks from you anyway, regardless of what I'm doing. I don't need you knowing something satanic that I do.
You don't have to show the details. It just says you're busy. It doesn't say what you're busy doing or what you're doing / who, what, when, where, why.
Wait, what?
I don't know.
See what I did there?
You brought up the swinger event. Come on. Don't look at me like that. Rachel, how else is school going? How else are they going? How were your grades? What's your I don't know, something other than what we're talking about.
Oh no, I'm watching this just go down into a blaze of flames.
I'm trying to get us back on track here.
In a blaze of glory.
The only thing that is going to hinder me from having a 4.0 GPA is completely bombing that final.
Aww.
Because everything else should be straight A's. Should be. I've got 3 of my 7 classes have posted as A's. So I'm happy about that at least. Yes, I said 7. And yes, I do have
it's fine. We know you're nuts. It's fine. We know you're a bit of crazy.
7 classes. 7. Why is it I'm excited to be taking 4 for the summer semester?
You're taking 4 over the summer? What the heck is wrong with you?
Because if I take 4 over the summer semester, I only have to take 5 in my second practicum, which means I've got the practicum class, which is in the school. Then I've got a 4-credit class that is how to teach my practicum class. Then I have 3 other classes, so it's technically 4 classes that I'll only have to take in the fall.
Okay, all right.
And then I go into my internship.
I can see that.
And I'm a teacher!
You're still kind of crazy, but I can see why you're trying to do it.
Because I need a job that pays.
And quickly, so...
That and this whole... yeah, I just need a fucking job.
Because you're just too much of a little job, right? Say, I am a hellspawn. What?
Mommy, I don't want to be a hellspawn.
You want something to eat. You realize it's 11 o'clock at night. I am not going to feed you.
Oh, baby, you should be in bed. I'm guessing we woke up.
It would be hilarious if he was like, but Mommy, please don't starve me.
Are you starving?
Yes.
Are you starving like Marvin?
Yeah, because my
But Mommy, you didn't feed me dinner. You left me here while you and Daddy went out to Starbucks for a special treat, and I didn't eat dinner. I haven't eaten since lunch.
Did Grandma feed you dinner?
No.
I heard I have
You're lying.
March.
Are you fading away?
This was too good.
He's gonna have a life in drama.
Do you have a hard life?
Yes, my tummy.
You got a hard knock life.
Your tummy's not growling.
He's hungry and he's tired.
This is too good.
His tummy's growling, but you see all this mess on his face? He ate. He's all sticky.
Nice.
You've got stuff all over the side. What did you have?
Well, he had it, but
you had dinner?
Yeah.
Did I eat it or rub it all over my face.
Uh-huh.
Just
Gaff again.
Did you eat it, or did you just decide to slather it on your face?
Not flat on my face.
Just on your legs? Mm.
He slathered it on his legs.
For it.
He's the best guest
Yeah, I like
that
it.
we've had on the show.
Oh.
He's gonna do it more often.
This is great.
The joys of 3-3.
Yeah, I just really want something to eat.
How about we have something to eat tomorrow for breakfast? But that means you have to go in and go to sleep. And you can't cuddle me. Up, up, up! Look at the lip! Look at the lip! Oh, what? What? Are we embarrassed because we're pouting our lip?
to a podcast that reaches 5 continents.
Mommy's thirsty. It's no food.
And then the viewer count shot through the roof when the tag babies appeared.
Right.
If we want it to be more, then we need to get kittens on here. Kitty, come here and be on the show.
Aw, can you
All right,
really
Rachel,
keep
who's
this
next?
No,
No what?
I said,
Are you my little monkey?
Yeah.
Are you my monkey?
Yes.
What do you say?
Okay, so Blaze has put her vote in. Your son is the new replacement guest. Go ahead. Go ahead and text Jose and be like, you know what? We actually don't need you to come on. We're good. We got
We
this.
have a baby. It's all good.
So tell me more. Tell us more since you're now the guest.
No.
No?
No.
I don't wanna.
You can't do any more?
No.
Can you say put geek in and get geek out?
Please. Fufa.
What did he say?
You say what?
Fufa.
Fuffa?
That's my favorite silly word.
That's your favorite silly word? I want everybody to hear you giggle.
Aww.
Tickle you.
Oh, that's good.
While we're doing this, I actually made the internal calendar, guys. So.
Yay!
Ah.
I got the email on my phone. It just popped up. Oh, man.
Cause Geeko is No, Mommy. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. Say goodnight, everybody. Say goodnight.
Good night, AJ.
Say goodnight.
Good night.
I love you, everyone.
Luck.
Say love you.
Bye. Love you, luck.
Go get to bed. Mwah, I love you.
Well, that was an interesting distraction.
He was our guest. See?
Our guest is being sent to bed because, in 2 more night times he can go to Disney if he goes to bed now without an argument.
Oh.
And the door closes.
Well, I'm just going to go in the kitchen, eat a box of cookies, and then I'll go to bed.
We threatened to take away Netflix and Amazon, and our son loses his crap. It's great. Because we'll be like, all right, you want to go sit in timeout? He's like, no. And then we're like, all right, well, you want to spank him? He's like, no. We're like, all right, well, I mean, you're not freaking out yet, so we're going to take away TV shows. He's like, but okay, I'll do it. It's great.
Oh, ours is
That's
their,
the same thing. He's 21,
tablet.
though.
I didn't hear Rachel. I heard Alexandra. What'd you say, Rachel?
Ours freak out when we threaten to take away their tablets.
Yeah.
Because their tablets have e-readers on them and they actually have books on them now.
Yeah, he goes through weird phases where he wants to use his tablet and sometimes he doesn't. It's really strange. It's actually in his room most of the time, constantly playing Google Music. It's one album that just loops. It's like a lullaby music, and it's on during the middle of the day because I forget to turn it off in the morning. So it's just always playing. I think it's cached, so I don't think it's actually using data. I really hope it's not.
I'll find out at the end of the month.
I should probably look at that. We've got a pretty decent data cap, so I think we're okay. I haven't gotten a warning this month, so I think we're okay.
Someone's watching from the doorway.
Oh, it's my... Yeah, the door's moving.
Busting you out, buddy. Go back to bed.
I thought I heard something.
Mommy
I'm
needs to
getting
go put
paranoid.
Disney on. I'll be right back.
Okay. So, all
Who's
right.
next?
So I'm gonna go next. I'll go next. So I am still unemployed, so yay. What this means, however, is I get to watch the 3 hours every day that BBC America has on for Kitchen Nightmares. And it's become my soaps.
These are your shows.
Yes, these are my shows, and I can't miss them because I feel weird if I don't watch these horrible, horrible places go down in flames, only to have a British man yell at them until they get their head out of their asses. I've always been a Gordon Ramsay fan. It just so happens that like he's on every day on BBC America. So
I don't know
yeah.
if I can't enjoy a show where somebody's constantly yelling at people. I don't get enjoyment out of that.
I watch Glee. Leah Michelle pretty much does the same thing,
Nope.
but she calls it singing.
I don't watch that show anymore either.
I don't watch
So
Glee either.
oh, you've got to.
By the way, they keep trying to sell me on Return to Oz. Dorothy, voiced by Leah Michelle. I'm like, dude, you are guaranteeing I will never see this steaming pile of crap ever.
Random question for you, CJ.
May have a random answer.
Do we know what channel Disney is?
No.
Who's your provider and in what area?
Verizon Fios.
Fios, Florida, Disney Channel.
Most channels, because Florida.
Bright House? No.
No. Fios.
Let's see. Channel I, Florida, Gulf Coast. It's a PDF. Oh, dang it.
Channel lineup, Gulf Coast.
Disney XD is 251. Disney Channel is 250. Disney
I love
Kids 259.
We don't have that one.
Okay.
So 250.
Try 250. Let me know if that works.
Say thank you, Budlong. Say thank you, Budlong.
Thank
Why
you,
did they turn it off? They don't have.
You're welcome. I hope it's right. I just did a Google search. We're going to see if it turns out right or not.
It's Disney.
Yay!
My children are happy.
Yippee!
It'd be terrible
CJ.
if it turned on and turned out it was like X-rated porn.
Yeah, right. That. Oh, perfect. Hey, CJ. Copy that.
It is
Copy
our
that link.
children.
Merry Christmas.
Uh-oh.
Oh, and it's circa 2009, too, so I'm glad it's not changed since 2009.
Oh, yeah, that's the same one I found. I was looking for it, too. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I also just realized that nobody put anything for the SmackDown later. Yay, things that we shouldn't be talking about on the air. I've also been playing a metric crap ton of Skyrim. And I've realized that without modding, I'm actually enjoying the game a lot more. Because like the only mod I have the unofficial patches, the unofficial Skyrim, Dragonborn, and all those patches, mainly because they fix some of the overwhelmingly game-breaking bugs that are in there that Bethesda won't fix. So
Very
like
surprised.
being able to take Dragon Souls when you have Dragonborn installed before you run into spoiler.
Sorry. That's brilliant. Before you run into spoiler. No, sorry. That just...
it just fixes like the horrible like getting caught on a mountain bug no longer exists.
Worse on cliff edges.
It is that, and I have the mod for book glowing, which just makes whatever books I haven't read glow because I like reading the stories. Also because skill ups, and also I have an add-on that changes the experience from the normal you gain a level if you get X amount of skill to an experience point model. So like a traditional RPG. Those are the only ones I'm using, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Like I just started up the Dawn Guard because I ran into a point where I'm at the point in the main story where things are killing my face. Which is nice, because every other time I've tried playing this, I've been so stupid powerful that I haven't really enjoyed it. But I'm starting to get killed in the face, so I'm like, alright, let's go do the Dawn Guard stuff until I start getting killed in the face. And also, I'm just going straight stealth for this character, which is making things a little bit hard. I have realized the fact that I am going to become a vampire, though. I'm not going to do the Dawn Guard itself thing. Mainly because I'm like, I've
been watching too much Buffy.
That is part of it, yes. But I'm like, I'm a dark elf. It doesn't make any sense for the dark elf to be a Dawn Guard person. So, I'm going to start killing people.
That works.
Also, got a copy from a friend of mine for Dark Souls 2 for the PC.
Oh, have fun.
Oh, I am so glad I didn't spend money on that. I had it installed for an hour. I played it for an hour and died 34 times to the same 4 enemies.
Yes.
Wow.
You're playing Dark Souls.
No, I'm not. It's no longer on my machine.
Oh, that's great.
That's how that game works.
Gigs.
You will
I still
No.
have ESO the beta installed on my computer because I keep forgetting to uninstall it.
No, just no. Get off my computer. I don't want to see you. I almost threw my computer across the room.
Okay, so I've been watching. Wow, this is jumping ahead some. Remind me of throwing computers away when I get to mine.
But yeah, I've not hated a game in a long time. I hate that game. Hate. And people have spent 200 plus hours on it already. I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you people? I can't spend an hour on it without hating my life. What is wrong with you people?
Oh,
Well,
that's funny.
it was a game invented, or created rather, for people who said this game is too easy.
Yeah, I know. And I've played all of them. Like, I have Dragon Souls for the PS3. And I've actually beaten that. It took me a long time, but I beat it. And yes, there was a lot of frustration and a controller thrown more than once.
So the world can be mended.
Dark Souls 1, I just didn't enjoy. Like, the way that it was laid out and everything just wasn't, like, it wasn't working for me. Dark Souls 2 fixed the things with the combat system and everything like that I didn't like with Dark Souls 1, but decided it was a good idea to amp up the difficulty about 76,000 times. Like, when I get my powers and can become a knight or a swordsman or something like that, and then the same 4 dogs kill me 34 times? No! That's not okay!
Yeah, that's not exactly the same. That was when I gave up on Mass Effect. I don't remember if we've talked about this or not, but I was playing, and it's my fault technically on my end because I didn't save when I should have, even though I think the game should be auto-saving more often. So I still put the blame on the game, but it's on me. Actually, the autosave was just in the really
Autosave should
bad
exist
place.
for every game. I don't care.
And I think it should have like a rolling autosave. So, and this is why. So you've got Mass Effect that saves once every like 4 hours, and the autosave was right as I walked into like the 3rd tier of a cave on a planet because I was just exploring. And I get inside like 3 airlocks, and I run into 8 people that are 10 levels above me. And I was like, okay. I die. And I was like, all right, well, whatever, reload. Oh, as I walk through the door again. Oh, look, ambush, done. Okay.
That's like me and the vampires in Skyrim with them being right outside the starting cave.
Right. Well, so I was like, all right, well, I'll just load the last save. Like 4 hours earlier. And I was like, nope.
Thank you, Budlong, by the way.
You what?
Thank you.
For?
The SmackDown.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, sorry. So I just gave up on the game. I probably shouldn't have because everybody's like, it's such a great game. And I was like, yeah, I just don't want to do that again.
It is great, but yeah, it does. They did do a lot of patching with it. All 3 of the games.
Okay.
So it does.
So maybe going back and playing it now would be better.
Yeah. Now, especially if you can have even a modicum more of patience, then it'll be fine.
Modicum?
But it's not gonna. Yes, modicum. But it's
Google doesn't know that word, so I think you're lying.
But yeah, the Dark Souls 2 is not one of those games. And yeah, I know it's designed to be hard. I'm okay with hard games. I like hard games. Hard things make me nice. Wait, what?
I've got that one clipped. Thank you.
But but no, not literally 5 minutes into the game when I am dying 34 times. And this is not an exaggeration. I counted.
There's a pillar that will count it for you if you go and you look at it.
And I'm like, all right, I know I'm going to die, so I'm going to do a fun thing is every time I die, I'm going to make a mark. And literally, I counted on my Sublime text 34. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me? No. Just no. So on a lighter note, I got a review copy from the publisher for an indie game called Echoes of Iridu, with the tagline of, "It's a multiplayer Mega Man." Okay.
I'm game for that.
And it literally is a multiplayer Mega Man. Like, you can play it is pretty much copy and pasted. Like, they are one bullet sound away from being sued the hell out of from Capcom. But not only is it multiplayer, the levels are randomly generated. So you can't master those jumping puzzles.
Right.
They will be different if you die. Cool. And it is fantastic. It is super alpha right now. But when that game comes out, it is going to be spectacular.
What's the name of it again?
Echoes of Iridu. Eridu.
Did we put that in there? So I'm scrolling back up now. Okay.
It's in my thing. But yeah, it is a really fantastic game. I'll get you a copy of it, Bud Long. It is super good. Like they're like, "Don't worry, it's alpha," and I'm like, "Dude, if this is alpha, I can't wait."
Right.
And I'm like, "You gotta."
There are definitely not very many games that you can say that about lately.
No, yeah, most alpha games are really, really alpha.
Well, I mean, most alpha everything except for Alpha Geek Radio are pretty horrible at first. So
yeah, but this game, I'm guessing they had a lot of polishing on it. It does have a thing where you'll jump and hey, there's an invisible wall there. Oops, I died. But then because the levels are randomly generated, that won't be there the next time.
Right. It literally is a glitch. It's not even like a normal glitch where oh, we missed that whole entire thing where you can jump over the map. My bad.
Yeah.
It's like, no, literally, it's a glitch. It's a one-time thing. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, you have a girl, I don't remember her name, mainly because I always pick 0 over X, but she is X, and she is straight up Mega Man X. Like Mega Buster, Slide, everything.
Now I follow. Okay, I was like 0 over X. I was like, I don't.
She is Mega Man X. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. And then the other guy's name is Ace, and he is 0. There is no change in the character other than changing his name to Ace. His weapon is the A saber, where Zero's is the Z saber.
Nice.
I have a feeling they're going to have to change some things because, like I said, it is one bullet sound away from being sued the hell out of from Capcom.
Yeah.
But it is a freaking fantastic game. Which, after sullying my face with Dark Souls 2 for an hour, I played that for 5. And I'm like, this is great. Even the bosses are randomly generated.
Cool.
You'll go into the boss and die because it's a person that you don't have a weapon yet to beat, and come back and all of a sudden it's another dude. And I'm like, okay.
But I just got the weapon to beat the last one.
That is kind of a problem. All right, I go through and hey, there's the box. There's a box with an upgraded weapon. Hey, now I can beat that boss. Wait, what? No.
But the last time it was a fire boss, and I got the ice weapon, and now I get back, and it's the ice guy, and he's like...
Actually, that happened. That happened to me. I'm like, all right, cool.
Right.
It's a fire guy, and I'm like, all right, I can buy an ice sword for X amount of money. And I'm
that's even better. You wasted loot on it. You're like, yay, I've got 300 coins. I'll spend 200 on an ice... Oh, dang it.
Thankfully, the ice guy was way weaker than the fire guy, so I was able to beat him with my normal weapon. But I'm like, oh, damn it!
And he drops the ice sword you already have.
No, he dropped a piece of armor because I already had the ice sword.
Okay.
There are things that need to be cleaned up on it. It's alpha, but it is a damn good alpha. I played the Dust alpha. That was a bad alpha. This is very good, and it just needs a polish. And they said it's going to be out by the end of the year. So I will preach this game till the ends of the earth. It is a damn fine game. If they get online multiplayer, which they've promised, then it's going to be even better. Right now, it's actually local co-op.
So you mean they can
nice.
play?
Yeah, but well, if we had 2 controllers, yes.
Oh, so not LAN, but actual local one install.
Yeah, like on
split
one
screen.
PC.
Oh, okay.
Going to. Yeah, it's not LAN yet. Literally, it's player 1 gets to be Maria, I think her name is, and player 2 gets to be Ace, or vice versa. And they're right there. It's old school GoldenEye level multiplayer.
Oh,
but
nice.
they promised online multiplayer. So.
God, that brings me back to you talking about online multiplayer. I remember using what was it, Xbox Kai? Was that what it was?
Kai.
X-Link Kai. Oh man, I remember doing that in what was it, 2003 or so? I was at a college, so we were all in one big dorm, and everybody on campus is the same network. And you just plug your Xbox in the wall and go, who's on local player? And there's like 300 games ready to play. And I was like, this is amazing. And then it was just, and then I left the college, and I was like, man, I need to do something similar. But Xbox Live, I don't think was it not ready yet? I can't remember what.
No, that was probably like right before the.
Live was around, but it wasn't. There was something like, I guess it was certain games. Oh no, it was before Halo 2 came out. So this was Halo 1. Right. So this was still Halo 1 when I left, before Halo 2 came out in 2004, whatever year it was.
Yeah, I remember. What was it? The big thing that I played on X-Link Kai all the time. I think it was Morrowind. There was a hack for the original Xbox to play Morrowind online.
Well, the fun part
amazing.
Was you could actually get router firmware to put X-Link Kai on your routers. You don't have to have a PC running. Like, you can just install it on some of the old Linksys 54G routers with DDWRT. Well, I think that was one of the compatible custom flashed ROMs, or whatever you want to call it, the flash OS. But you can actually put X-Link Kai built into the router, and it was all like done. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to run a computer and do sharing or anything weird like that. It was, those were the days. Those were fun.
Speaking of that was the days, last night I actually recorded it, and now it's up as well. I guessed it on Iceworm, Mike Boyd's Classic Wrestling Cast. And it's up at iceworm.org/wrestling right now. And it was fun. We talked about the old NWO and WCW versus Raw Monday Night Wars, and like all that came out of those. It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And if you're into the old school like '90s wrestling, it's definitely something to hang out with.
Yeah, I saw you post about it, and I completely forgot to reply back and mention JD and how it stacks, because I'm sure both of them would like to go back and at least listen to it potentially.
It is a lot of fun. I mean, obviously, don't go to it expecting new stuff. We literally geeked out about the best heel turns of all time and everything like that. And it was a ton of fun, though. You could tell poor Iceworm. It's obvious when a person is not a seasoned podcaster going with a seasoned podcaster, because I say this and I listened to the Tadpole Tech episode 1 and I'm like, oh dear God, what was wrong with me?
I think the best advice I've heard so far for beginning podcasters. This is way overly simplified, but basically it was, the best advice was, hey, don't worry about building up episodes, because you see some people launch with like 10 episodes, and you're like, you realize that you've recorded and unpublished 10 of the same quality content.
Yep.
And nobody starts out good unless you're already a professional doing radio or something along those lines. It's like, just put it out. Put out one, get some feedback, or best case, don't even publish it really. Just send it to your friends and say, hey, what do you guys think? And then start getting better, and then publish once you've gotten some.
How it stacks, really. I mean, I got an episode 0. And I'm like, hey, work on this, and that's good. You guys are great. Let's go with it.
JD, stop saying like.
Yeah, like.
Which still, he cut it back on a lot of it, but man.
Yeah, I do. I have noticed that there's quite a bit less of it since he stopped drinking. I've noticed on the podcast.
Yeah.
that was his drunk word.
That helped a lot of things, actually.
The coherence during the stacking, because there were a couple episodes was like, just it stacks.
Right. It was so good, so good.
Yeah.
What about it? It was
good.
It was great. Oh, how it stacks. All right.
Yes, I love that show. Geek-io.com/howitstacks. Other than that, like, I finally did my final step that I can officially say that I've never done, and I can pretty much resign myself as the king of geeks. I did a LARP last weekend.
Yay!
Werewolf the Apocalypse LARP, and I had a ton of fun. Like, it was a ridiculous amount of fun. I actually won the RP award for it because I took my character and inadvertently wound myself as like undermining one of the packs of the entire organization. I'm like, I didn't really mean to do it. You told me to play my character like this because that's how you would play that character. And I'm like, I did it, and it worked. And wow, 7 people said that 7 out of 10 people said that I deserved the award. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to it after vacation because I mean that was a ton of freaking fun. Oh my goodness. I was up until 2 o'clock that night. Like, it was fantastic.
Yeah, he stumbled in and was completely the happiest person alive. I'm like, okay, is it bedtime? He goes, no, I gotta tell you about this. And I'm like, I was sleeping.
But I want to go to bed.
Oh no, I was asleep. He comes in and goes,
I want to go back to bed.
Listen,
Nice.
listen. And I'm like, I was asleep.
Oh,
I have
goodness.
to be up in 2.5 hours. What do you want?
The best part about when I do that to Alicia is she doesn't actually wake up. She'll have a partial conversation and has no idea what happened the next morning. So it actually is beneficial because I'll get to be excited and talk about whatever, and then she's like, "Yeah, you never told me about that." And I was like, "It was like 2 a.m. last night when I got home," and she's like, "Yeah, I didn't wake up." I was like, "But you." Oh.
Well, I can tell you, he kept talking. I don't know what he said.
Nice.
Yeah, there was a lot of. Did you remember when I told you this? She goes, no.
Nope.
Which will be great during Dragon Con, by the way. I can't wait for that kind of experience. Hey, Alicia, we did this and this and this and this. Because you and I are going to be doing things different than the ladies are. We're going to come back to the hotel room all jazzed and stuff. And they're going to be like, yep.
Not so much.
Just a real quick, on my TV corner, finished season 6 of Buffy. Rachel's actually watching some of it with me and not hating it, mainly because I'm like, dude, if you like Doctor Who like you do, you cannot honestly hate Buffy. Because Buffy's actually more realistic.
It's sci-fi. Why does it have to be realistic?
But it's still kind of, I mean, she still kind of grumbles at it, like, doing the whole eye roll thing. I'm like, I roll too. It's not, it's not perfect. It is a show from the early 2000s, late 90s. Yeah. So, but it's great to actually sit down and not have to watch it behind her back. And she actually got into the season 6 finale with Dark Willow. She actually was into it. Also, like, one of the best CGs... Okay, I'm going to spoil a 14-year-old freaking thing now. Sorry, folks.
Oh, no.
If you don't want to be spoiled for Buffy...
Spoilers.
There we go. Seeing Dark Willow rip the skin off of Warren is one of the creepiest things I've ever seen on television. And that was on UPN.
Dark Willow is sexy. I'm sorry.
Like, all veiny Sith Lordy, she's still hot, yes. But yeah, her ripping the skin off of him, like literally ripping the skin off of him and then incinerating him, and I'm like, dude, I don't have that on Walking Dead.
Wish I had that on Walking Dead. That'd be cool.
But yeah, so we haven't started season 6 or season 7 yet. I'm actually getting Rachel through some Doctor Who on our TV watching time.
Where are you guys at on Doctor Who?
Just watched The Fires of Pompeii last night.
Oh, nice. That's actually there's a fantastic fan-made video that recaps that episode, but also does it in a way to explain kind of what Doctor Who is, like the show, and it's brilliantly edited down to like a 3-minute clip. And I'll have to try and find it because it brings chills. I get chill bumps every time I watch it.
Yeah, that is a very Doctor Who-y episode, though. Like that is a
rough episode.
It really is. Like, but
I think that's the first time that you learn how hard his life is, if I remember correctly. That's one of the first times when you find out how much it
One
sucks
of
to
like
be him.
he does kind of hint at it every once in a while, but yeah, I mean you kind of get it. You kind of get that in Blink. You get a lot of that how hard it is to actually be the last Time Lord during the Tenet years. But that's kind of Tenet's character. And it also kind of cements Donna as one of my favorite companions. One, because it's not a romantic thing, really. They kind of had that romantic thing once, and they're like, oh, this isn't working. Yeah, let's not do that again. But the fact that she is such a counterpoint to the Doctor, and if you'll notice, my favorite companions of all time are typically counterpoints to the Doctor. They're not people that augment the Doctor, like Rose. They're people that completely go against him, like Captain Jack in the Ninth Doctor and Donna in the 10th Doctor. Kind of Clara, later in the season 7 Clara, and the 11th Doctor. And I'm interested to see, because I don't see how she can truly go against just watching him do other things, how she's going to really go against the grain with 12th Doctor. But it'll be very interesting to see come September, and I'm so excited. And I'm wondering if he'll ever find his new kidneys.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
And just a final note, I haven't actually got to play around with it, but Popcorn Time, the don't tell anybody.
Oh, wait. That's not spoilers. That's...
No, don't. It's
ProXPN!
Yeah, you might want to go behind ProXPN on there, but it's streaming torrented movies. But it's on Android now, and
Wow.
the UI is good.
Well, that's a good thing that ProXPN has an Android app.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Chromecast support for it though. That's what I'm waiting for in order. Having it on my phone, great. Not really too helpful right now. But once I can cast it to my once I can do the Chromecast thing, I'm willing to try it out.
Okay, so on Chromecast, here's a question. On the Chromecast, can you set your... man, that doesn't have any apps for it directly. It's just a browser.
No.
So when you wouldn't be using ProXPN at that point,
No,
correct?
You can use ProXPN with it, but it's a really weird workaround, and sometimes it will break.
Okay.
Like, what it does is it attaches to the Wi-Fi that you're on. You go in, you find it, because if it can't find it on your local Wi-Fi, it will find it'll find whatever's closest to you that isn't on an attached Wi-Fi, or isn't on that Wi-Fi, and you can then attach it to the Wi-Fi you're on. So you can have it through ProXPN, but the couple of times that I've tried it, it's completely broken it, to the point where I actually had to redo the entire installation of the Chromecast.
No, geez, yeah, no thanks.
So yeah, I mean, yes, the movies are illegal. No, I'm not technically downloading them. I get it. I want to try. I want to see what the quality is like, and then probably get rid of it because I don't want to get in trouble.
You're just testing stuff for the show. That's all.
Yeah, I'm totally doing my due diligence as a as a journalist, and not the fact that I want to see Wolf of Wall Street and don't want to pay for it.
Completely not the latter portion of that.
Totally not the latter part, but I really do want to watch Wolf of Wall Street.
You just really don't want to pay for it.
If it comes down to it, CJ, we might just go ahead, especially if I Frankenstein doesn't come out on
Fios.
For rent for Fios.
Yeah.
We probably will go ahead and rent Wolf of Wall Street.
Well, you might as well cash in those hit list points until for the next 2 months when they're going to be down getting new partners and revamping their website. You may want to go ahead and just use those for Wolf of Wall Street if it's available.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, you don't read your email.
No, I don't.
They send out emails.
The only emails he's been allowed to read are ones that are pertaining to, hey, I have a job for you.
Yeah, no, that's fine. They sent out an email, I guess, earlier this week, and they said, hey, we're not leaving. We're just taking a hiatus to redo the website, our infrastructure, and make new partners. So if you have a balance, we'll give you an Amazon gift card for the balance, which can't be more than $6 anyway.
I skimmed it.
And it can't be more than $6
like...
anyway. Yeah, but they're going to be gone for a couple months, so if you're wanting to get that balance, go ahead and do that.
I only have like $2 on there because I was using for Pandora.
Yeah, but they'll give you an Amazon gift card, which means you can use that $2 however you want.
Yeah, true.
Not just on TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
I think.
Maybe. That's pretty much what I've been up to. I know it's been kind of a bit, but actually, yay, conversating about it. Which is better than
Right. That sounds so interesting. Gordon Ramsay, you say?
Budlong, go. Hey, Budlong's not last.
Pepper. Yippee! I've been watching Parks and Recreation, so I told you to remind me about computers and throwing them out the window. You mentioned throwing something out the window. It reminded me of the scene from Parks and Recreation where Ron Swanson learns about cookies and the fact that they track you, and he's like, wait, why does that ad say my name? And the girl's like, because of cookies. And he's like, wait, so they're personalizing ads based on information they're storing about me? And the next scene is him carrying every possible computer part to the dumpster and throwing it in the trash can. It's great. Nice. I love his character. Oh, it makes me so happy sometimes. It's good. If you've never watched
I've watched 2 episodes of Parks and Rec.
It starts kind of slow, and it's really dry most of the time. But I like that. I like that aspect once I've gotten into it. It's hard to watch it with Alicia. Actually, nay, that's impossible. She didn't like it, so it was just like, yeah, I don't want to watch this. So I have to watch it when she's not around, which allows me to binge, which is good because I'll play it while I'm doing something else, dual monitor setup and whatnot. So it'll be playing in the one screen while I'm doing the post for the show or research or whatever the case is.
So when Budlong starts sounding like a robot or is going back to the moon, we know that he's watching Parks and Rec.
Well, the current setup wouldn't allow me to listen to it without you guys hearing it, so you don't have to worry about that right now. You would hear it. So, anywho, so Parks and Recreation, and then I ordered some prints. One of which is actually going to be in a photo prints. I guess I should. I didn't order fingerprints, or I don't know how else that could be taken. Ordered photo prints. One of them is a 16 by 20 that is going to be custom framed and put up in a local restaurant with 19 other photos from around our county that are going to be up for sale, which is kind of cool. So it's actually an exhibit that a local restaurant put up to help out the local photographers. So I'm in a part of a photo club. We did the Help Portrait event we've talked about in the past. And while I was in the process, so I had to order something, I was like, I'm already ordering something. Why not order that guy? We talked about it in the pre-show, but it's actually a picture I took at Pensacon of a, we're going to call him a snow trooper. I don't know their technical term.
Probably the technical term is snow trooper.
Yeah, they're snow troopers.
Because he's the one from Hoth, right?
Yes.
Then that's a snow trooper.
That sounds great.
Budlong doesn't geek.
No, I do. I just don't know that. I'm like stormtrooper. It doesn't matter if it's snow or sand. It's just it's a flippin' snowtrooper. Dang it. Anyway, anyway, I had it printed, but it also, you can't tell from the camera, but it's actually printed on a what they call a metallic print. So if you look that thing up, it's really hard to show off without it being in person, because they got a slight sheen to it, so it actually reflects the light from behind the ink, which is sounds weird. So let's say you had a picture of a sunset. Normally, this is going to get so nerdy. When you have
that's where we are.
When you have prints, I know when you've got prints, you have what we call CMYK. So you've got your cyan, magenta, yellow, and then K for black, and that's a subtractive color. So the light hits it, takes color out and bounces everything back, and that's how you see your color. Your monitor, if you're looking at a monitor watching us, not just listening, you have RGB, red, green, blue, which is additive light. It's shooting light through pigments to see, to show the color on your eye. So the reflective print is combining both, sort of. It has the light coming through the ink, hitting a metallic surface, and then shining back through the ink the other way. So it's kind of a little bit of both. So like sunsets, for instance, look phenomenal when printed on metallic because it actually looks like it's illuminated, sort of, instead of just the paper lighting up with an exterior light.
Okay.
It really doesn't do justice until you see it in person. You go, ooh, like that's pretty. With a spotlight at the right angle, looking at it, it can look really, really cool. But I figured if I'm already ordering a print, I might as well spend the extra, $10 or whatever it was to order that thing, which I will eventually frame instead of just having it stuck on the door behind me. And I'll put it somewhere in the house. But I wanted to show it off, so I put it behind me and then realized it literally is directly behind my head. You can't see it unless I do this.
Oops.
Oh well. Maybe next week I'll have it moved. So I did that, ordered prints. I actually I brought my Galaxy Note back from the dead. My service plan expired. On accident. I think we talked about it in the past. I forgot to change my credit card, and they denied re-upping it. So it's on me. It's in the TOS. I was just hoping they would be cool with me saying, "Hey, I called in like 10 days after it expired. Please let me reinstate my service plan." And they're like, "Yeah, no." So employee benefits say, "Nope. Doesn't matter. They don't care." So I went ahead and took the chance of hard bricking the phone. It was in a boot loop previously. I went ahead and took the chance in hard bricking, and now I have KitKat on my almost 4-year-old phone. So, yay! But
wait. I want to point out something here.
Yeah.
Budlong, when describing photography, is like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting nerdy here." But when talking about actually, dropping the term hard bricking,
listen.
Okay. With
Okay.
that.
I just assume that like our audience understands those and not like, oh yes, printing techniques. You've got cyan and magenta, and then yellow and black, and then computers use RGB.
Have no problem with it, like.
I know. I'm getting into like the nerdy side that people rarely see, which is the artistic side, because I don't talk about that stuff as often. Because
he's an artist. People, get over it.
Anyway, shut up. Stop making fun of me. But the sad part is I played around with it all day today, and I think my battery is crap. Of course, it's a 3-year-old or 2-year-old. Well, no. Okay, the device the manufacture date is like 4 years because it's a Note 1. But I've only had it for like a year and 8-9 months, so it's technically not that old. But 2 years on a battery with how much I use it is pretty much the expected lifespan. Yes. So it'll be at like 70%, and then my phone just shuts off, and I'll turn it back on. And it's like, hey, you've got 2%. You might want to charge your phone. I'm like, okay. That may be a desk clock now until I can order a new battery. So that's actually what it's doing right now. I'm looking at it because I have a clock app installed, and it's just sitting on a stand, and it tells me what time it is.
Fair enough.
Yep. So those, and I'm going to tug major boats that I can't talk about something else, but I'll tell you guys as soon as I can.
Yay!
I'm excited. I just can't talk about it yet. So, anyways, I will pass it on to the only person that's left, Miss Alexandra.
Yay! I actually have a whole bunch of stuff. I'll try to keep it quick because I don't want to like drag it on and on forever.
Well, we're pretty much at the point where we're going to end the show after this. Play some action and get out of here.
Okay. Then I won't worry about running over the next part.
You mean we're not going to stop and talk about under the skin bras? We're not going to do that?
Save it for next time.
Save it for when I'm not here.
So when is Azevedo coming back? You guys can talk about it then.
Is he coming back next week?
No, not next week. I was just saying, whenever he comes back, you guys can talk about it then, so you don't have to.
No, it's fine. My opinion of it will still be the same, though. But anyway, I actually had a bunch of stuff I did this week. My boyfriend and I have been doing, we've been doing our internet dates every morning since he's so far away right now. And we've done it by getting together and geeking out over stupid TV shows and stuff. We've been watching Adventure Time together.
Okay.
Because he's much farther behind than I am. We've been watching Cosmos because I'm farther behind than he is. And that's right up on Cosmos' site, by the way. They keep each episode up there for like 4 weeks or something.
Yeah, they don't. And it's up on Hulu free like the day after.
Oh, it's so beautiful! Oh my god!
Like I said, we kind of went over this before Alex was on here, when Jazz was on here still, but like it may not be the best show that it could be, but it is arguably the most important show on right now.
It's gorgeous, I think. At least from like an artistic standpoint, gorgeous.
Well, this is coming from a person who who fanaticized over the original Carl Sagan one. So it's not as good, not as poetic as that. But it's like I said, it's one of the most important things on TV right now.
Well, if it's gonna be an offshoot, I guess I don't know. I think it would be kind of silly to try and make it be exactly like it was originally, because it's never going to be Carl Sagan, because he's not Carl Sagan. So I'd rather just do it different.
You guys know that at least one of the writers for the current show was a writer on the original, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, the Carl Sagan Foundation is the reason why this is a thing.
Well, no. I mean, I was listening to an interview on No, it was Star Talk Radio, with Neil deGrasse Tyson. He was talking.
I wonder how he got that.
Yeah. No. It was actually it was Neil, the writer, and then some other. I think it's just the comedian that's on there normally. I can't remember his name. Like Eugene something or other. I can't remember.
Yeah,
his name.
Eugene something or other. Yeah, I know. That.
Anyway, they had one of the original writers, and they talked about that whole like layout. Like, hey, how is this compared to what it was back then, and what's your influence and all that. And it was pretty neat episode. So if you're liking Star Talk, or if you're liking Star Talk Radio, you should check out this episode. If you're liking Cosmos and you want to hear more of Neil and the opinions of that writer, which I can't remember his name, so if you somehow are listening to this, my bad, but you're probably not, so it doesn't matter. It was a really good episode.
We have all the Hollywood elite listening to this show.
They're all watching the show, or listening, either way. Anyway, sorry.
That's okay. That's cool. But yeah, those are the things we've been watching in the morning, doing the best we can with the fact that he's so much farther away from me than I'd prefer. But yeah, let's see what else I've been doing. I've still been playing Skyrim, and I had a couple of interesting adventures. I had a quest to hunt a dragon, one of the ones you get from like the guy at the inn. There's a bounty, go get it. And it's the first time I've ever seen a dragon do this in Skyrim. I didn't know that they could. I'm in the middle of the fight with it, and all of a sudden it looks at me and it takes off and it goes way up in the air, and I'm like, where'd it go? Because I think it's trying to run away. I'm like, hey, you're in the middle of a fight with me. Don't go running to like some village and torch people. You're in a fight with me. And I go running around the corner to try and find it because I hear it thud far away. And as I'm rounding the corner, all of a sudden it comes charging face down in the dirt and smashes into a rock. It leaves behind this huge gouge in the dirt. I didn't know that they could swoop down and rip the ground up and try and run you over. I've never seen that happen. And I know it's an official thing because the ground wouldn't do anything if it wasn't. But it was like, oh.
I had the one where like the second dragon when you enter one of the towns, like the second dragon that you get that actually initiates a lot of the wild dragon thing. Mm-hmm. That dragon flew away, and now there's no dragons around.
Oops. Well, oh my gosh, there was one other weird thing that happened too, is I had a quest to go and fetch a specific book for somebody in Markarth, because I want a house there, because it's pretty. But, I have to go and get a book, and it's at this fort, and I go to the fort, and it's full of Forsworn. And I sneak up to it, because I've decided to go stealth and archery, so I'm sneaking up on people and sniping them from a distance. And I mow down all the people outside, and I loot all their stuff, and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to empty my bags before coming here. I'll go back to town real quick and dump all my stuff off and then come back. And I do that, and I come back, and all their bodies are gone. I'm like, that's weird. And I'm walking up to the building. It says I've been detected, but I'm not in a fight. And then there's just this horse standing by the door, and I'm like, that's weird. And I walk inside, I'm looking around for what I think are other Forsworn, and there's just this dude standing up on the roof. And I'm like, oh, shoot. But he's not shooting at me. And so I'm, like, actually kind of glad I didn't snipe him, because I probably could have killed him. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is some random quest thing, like when I ran into those kids or that guy with the cart. So I go up there to see if I can talk to him. And it's an Imperial soldier. He's just standing there, and he's like, hello, citizen. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, whatever, I'll just go inside and mow down the rest of them, and you can just hang out here on the roof, I guess. And I go inside, and immediately I'm stopped by a guard that says, citizen, you can't come in here. And I'm like, wait, what? This place was full of Forsworn. What are you all doing here?
If I can't.
Yeah. Well, no, apparently if you kill the Forsworn outside, and because it's a base, all of the Imperials move back in. Which made it really hard to finish the quest, because I walk in and the book I need is at the end of a hallway. And picking up items isn't stealing, so I know I'm allowed to take them. But it's at the end of, like, I guess it's the barracks, and they're all sleeping in there, and if you spend more than, like, a minute in the room with them, they all turn hostile and murder you. They're like, I'm standing there, I'm like, well, here's the book I need, and I pick it up, and I'm like, well, this is a weapons room, I should pick up these bows, because these are high level in mine, pick up. And I hear this sword unsheathing, and it's like, this is your final warning! I'm like, what? And there's 50 of them, because when one of them gets mad, they call backup. And I'm like, what happened to me?
Why am I dead?
Like, what did I do? So I went invisible, snuck in, took all the stuff, and walked out the door. But like, and to wrap that up, like, I'm not the only one who's had magical adventures in this, because I was telling my boyfriend about it the other day. And he laughs and he goes, oh, it's like my crazy idea that I had at 2 in the morning. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah. When the game first came out after I'd beaten it the first time, I decided I was going to do something weird, and this idea struck me at 2 a.m. when I wasn't completely in my mind. He's like, I decided to do a speed run. And I'm like, a speed run? He's like, yeah, I did it in 20 minutes. And I'm like, you beat the game in 20 minutes? He goes, yeah, the main quest line is really, really short. He's like,
it really is, yeah.
He's like, I beat the final boss. He's like, what was I? He's like, I was level 5. I had nothing on. I was totally naked, and I was dual-wielding pickaxes. I'm like, why? And he's like, I don't know. I'm weird at 2 a.m. So,
yeah, I can't make fun of anybody doing strange things at 2 a.m. because when we played Final Fantasy, 2 a.m. was nothing. 2 a.m. on the second day, on the other hand, I got some freaky stuff going on.
Yeah. Like 2 a.m.
Level 3, I think I'll go play in the Valkyrie Dunes. Why? Because that just sounds like the thing to do.
But yeah.
FYI, Valkyrie Emperor, level 2? Yeah, you get your ass owned.
Wait, let me see if there's anything else I've done. I've been looking at high-quality sketch cameras because I want to do that for the art stream that I do. Because I've been coloring on the computer, it's the easiest thing, but I've wanted to be able to set it up and point it down at my notepad while I'm drawing so people can see me actually creating the line art. So I've been looking at one online that's actually only about $24. It's really nice too.
Okay.
So I'm contemplating getting that thing. And it specifically is for that. You can use it as a normal cam, or you can stand it up on a stand and point it down and film what's underneath it. So I've been peeking at those. I think that's about. Oh, I had trouble with YouTube this morning when I uploaded one of my things, and it sends me this email and says, "There's been a dispute on your video, a copyright claimed by this obscure company you've never heard of for a song that you've never listened to." And I'm sitting there going, "That's not possible." And my friend and my boyfriend both go, "Why?" And I'm like, yeah, it's disputing the music, you know, the stuff that you guys wrote and gave to me. And they're like, and they start laughing. They're like, oh, it's because the algorithm's picking up stuff that it thinks sounds like other things. And I'm like, but it's not. And he's like, not a claim. So it's sitting there.
You should have looked at him and go, who'd you guys rip off?
Yeah, should have been like, who'd you steal from? Well, the song that's in there, these two guys, my boyfriend and my friend, they both are on the Manufactured Alliance team. One of them is the director, and the song in question is one that has clips from their
flew over Alexandra.
You what?
Budlong just flew over Alexandra.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It might have been Dale's dragonfly from last week.
But yeah, the song in question has audio clips from their movie. So not only is it stuff sampled from something they made, it's them talking. And it's like, no, it's been stolen. And I'm like, no.
Oh, that's great.
So they're like, oh, your dispute will hopefully be filed sometime by next month. And I'm like, oh, great. Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, your video. We'll try to get that up in a year from now. Hope that's okay.
Yeah. It's stupid because it's all the music I use on my stream. It's the same stuff, and they've never complained about it before. The song has been on there multiple times. So I don't know why now.
This is like the most famous one I can think of is when was it the Curiosity rover landed, and NASA's video got taken down because of copyright claims by NBC, because NBC had a news clip with that same video in it. And the NASA video looked like the one taking the clip. Oh, it was brilliant. God. And it was kind of like, yes, that explains how bad this scenario, the algorithm is for content.
Like, I'm glad that it's there, because then at least there's somebody checking to see if
Yeah.
someone's stealing stuff. But at the same time, sitting there, I'm like, is it really going to take a month? Like, I mean, it's still up there, and they haven't cut the audio, thank God, because then it'd just be 2 hours of nothing.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like,
Well, if they cut the audio on all the stuff that they did that they claimed for copyright infringement, ours would be all gone.
Oh, we'd be
Yeah.
screwed.
they haven't taken it. They just said I can't put commercials on it. I'm like, well, that's fine. You guys are going to be the ones missing out on the money, not me. But whatever.
Yeah. Well, we can't at this point. I don't think we're allowed to.
We can do monetary, but
monetization.
it depends on if they found something weird or not. I can actually, I'll look it up. I'm curious now.
Because
So-
even though we have we only use music that we actually get express information in writing from the the artists, and obviously because I don't want to get sued, because I don't have a job in real life, so I can't get. It would not be good for me. So, but it's like YouTube's like, yeah, no, you don't have the right to these, and I'm like, yeah, we kind of do, and YouTube's like, yeah, you kind of don't, and it gets even worse when we play like like people from Atlantic Records.
Right.
Which we have full writ permission to use, and yeah, they're like, no, it's blah blah blah. You're ripping them off. I'm like, no, they've given us this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, here,
that's
okay,
what-
so
that's what I did
for
when I filed
instance,
this, too.
out of the last, let's say the first page of videos for the Geek.io page, there are only 6 markers for blocked content, meaning
Oh,
we
that's it?
can't monetize. Well, actually, hold on, let's see. Yeah, can't monetize on that one. Oh no, hold on, wait. We might be able to do it. Sorry.
Well, as long as it fulfills their requirements, you should be able to. Because like,
Well, the problem is they're like, hey, if we found content that it looks like it's stolen, we can't. Just like the same issue you ran into.
Get
you
in
can't,
bed.
Can't embed.
Well,
you
they
can't
sent
do
me
it,
one, and
so-
they said if you think that this has been made in error, you can dispute it. And I
Right.
clicked the link and I went through everything. I typed them up a big long. When they're like, "What's your reason for this?" and I typed them up this giant paragraph of like, "I know these people. I will link you to every single song. This isn't even the right company. I can get this in writing. I can
Yeah.
get them to call you." So.
Yay, algorithms. They're great, but there's issues.
Hey, look at that. Episode 13 of Disney Geek.io just got monetized. What?
What?
Sorry, I'm actually going to do this. So if I seem distracted, that's why.
No, that's fine. But yeah,
Well,
that was
I
my
guess.
excitingly magical day.
No, it's fine. I think we're actually just going to go ahead and do some ad reads as opposed to anything else, and then just go ahead and end the show.
Are we
So,
doing
uh,
live
It's
reads, or
all
are we doing
our
ad plays?
Let's just go ahead and do some ad reads.
Yay! Do it live.
Do it live! This episode of Geek.io is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. Best freaking earbuds ever! TweakedAudio.com. Use Geek at checkout for 33% off and free shipping with a lifetime warranty. What? I use mine every single week, no matter where I go. I have a pair of Tweaked Audio earbuds with me, and I could not. I've tried without it, and I can't listen to anything without them. It's so bad. So yeah, tweakedaudio.com, Geek at checkout, GEEK, 33% off the already really low prices. You get I think it's 2-day shipping and a lifetime warranty, all for free as well. So I want to thank them for their support of the Geek.io network. And Budlong, pick an advertiser and read it. Go.
As we previously mentioned, ProXPN, for the times where you don't want people knowing what you're doing, whether that's banking or, as JD calls it, nefarious things that you shouldn't be doing in our normal ad. XPN 14 different servers across the world, U.S. and outlying other countries. I think there's, 5 other countries I think you could pick from.
There's England, Netherlands, and a bunch of other ones.
Like Tanzania. I don't know. That's a lie. I just made that
Tanzania?
up.
I've been there.
I made that up. Anyway, so ProXPN lets you connect to their servers, keeping all of your data between them and you private. The only thing that people see is you connect to one place. So you're banking if you're at a coffee shop. If you're on a hotspot, people can see that. Just don't do that. ProXPN actually offers a free service for your computer if you need it for Android or need to do torrenting or whatever the case is. Get their service. It's normally $6.25 a month, and you get what 30 or no 20. What's the percentage?
20% off your initial.
Yeah, 20%. Yeah. It's 20% off. So, dude, just get ProXPN. It's fantastic.
Don't run the risk. Get ProXPN.
Yeah, it's not worth. And we're not talking about nefarious stuff. Just even if you do any kind of private.
Yeah, I mean,
browsing.
If you're just hanging out and you don't want people knowing what you're actually doing.
Right. If you're
because there are packet sniffers out there to actually get your password, even though you
exactly.
just email.
And it may not even be anything banking related. You could be just browsing a specific site that isn't encrypting their data. Somebody in between you and them can grab it, and using ProXPN should help negate that. Anyway, ProXPN normally $7.25 a month, 20% off when you use the code GEEK20.
Absolutely. So, on that note, just a reminder, you guys can go check out geek-io.com for all of our goodness. Got this show, House X, Disney Geek IO, Geek Toys, brand new show up on the network right now. 2 episodes up of that right now where I talk about IK Multimedia and the StarTech.com stuff. I'm going to be doing another one here in the near future, stuff that I want to do, that I want from another one of our sponsors, ThinkGeek. But yeah, just go check out geek-io.com for all of our good stuff. Feedback at geek-io.com. You can reach the show. If you don't want to go through a sponsor, if you just want to help us out with a little bit of money, go over to patreon.com/geekio, patreon.com/geekio. Give us a little bit of help. There's a bunch of stuff over there that we're going to be that we want to do, including a weekly Disney Geek IO. Ads off of this show, ads off of other shows. There's a ton of stuff that we want to do. If you really want to hear about under the skin bras, we can do that every week if you help us out. Patreon.com/geekio.
It puts the staples in its ribs.
Or else it gets hose again. Titanium Screws, the name of my Marilyn Manson cover band.
Hello.
All right, so because it's funny, this response in there. Hey, Jared, who's coming on next week?
It's a surprise. The boats are away, and Jared's gonna have a special guest that I have yet to contact
Raggy.
or decide on who it is.
Alex will be here though.
See you next week, everybody.
Hey, you did the dry run tonight. You had everything set for this show tonight.
I know.
All right, so
hours ago.
Stuff, let's go ahead and play a brand new bumper for this season.
What? The Summer Movie Smackdown Update.
Yeah. It's the Geek IO Movie Smackdown. And it's officially begun. And week number 1, there's only one movie out right now, The Amazing Spider-Man, number deuce. Bringing in Rachel 3.2.
Spider-Man takes a deuce? What?
$3.2 million, which is respectable as all hell.
Wait, that was actually mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait!
Yeah, that's a pretty good number to start on for a non-holiday weekend. So that's
I'm impressed. I actually have a good movie.
Yeah. It's going to be a long summer. There's a lot of good movies coming out, but yeah, it's a really respectable. Like, you don't really have anything threatening that until the end of May with Days of Flopper Poops. Or something.
Maleficent's coming out at the end of the month too.
Huh.
Yeah,
Days of what? Who? Where? CJ?
The one with Brian Ibbett as the poster.
Considering I have 2 movies.
If you look at the movie poster for Days of Future Past, the Xavier one, it looks exactly like Brian Ibbett. Budlong's looking.
Oh, holy crap.
I told you!
That's
okay, now I'm going to have to go
kind of
look
crazy.
at this.
That's kind of nuts.
It looks exactly like him, doesn't it?
That's kind of crazy. They've put together a mashup of Stewart and the other guy. The young Xavier.
Wanted dude.
Oh, I can't remember his name.
Wow, that's a little disturbing.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it does look like him.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
Ibbot, what have you been doing?
What have you not told us?
It's the Days of Future Ibbot.
Nice. Days of Future Ibbot.
Yeah, because
show
I
title
literally,
suggestion.
I really only have 2 movies this round.
Well, we have a lower amount. We only had 20 movies total and 6 people. So because we tried to get back on task with other movie drafts.
Dale has 5 movies.
None of them are going to bring in any money.
Yeah, but look at how much he didn't spend on them.
That's the point. Like, he has Oz and like every B movie that's coming out this summer, and he's not going to get anything out of it. All right, so a little bit of insight of what's going on with the Geek IO Network. Raul actually has two posts up on his Raul's Corner of talking about the Humble Bundle spring sale.
You almost said Humper Bundle.
Humber Bunder.
Is this a nickname for Sherlock? Is that what's?
Yeah, Benedict Humberbunder.
Couldn't resist. Sorry, couldn't resist.
By the way, there's where my third lung goes. Whenever Budlong completely derails me like that.
Where's Azevedo's
also,
comment?
Also dropping the fact that Pokemon is re-releasing the Generation 3 Ruby and Sapphire this November, and I have never been more excited in my entire life.
See what you're changing to do, Budlong.
Yes, exactly. You have the Amber Droid realm, looking at Yahoo News Digest as well as the posted twice for some reason. I don't understand. Neil, what are you doing to my site?
You're fired. Oh wait.
No, only Daryl and JD get fired. So, Rachel, how can people help out the cause?
I don't know. That would require me actually being on the show notes.
How would you suggest people helping us out monetarily?
They could probably go over to our Patreon site.
Oh, Patreon, you say. How do you spell that?
patreon.com/geekio.
Oh, yeah.
Party
and
on.
you can help us out with a small monthly donation. If you think we're worth $5 for all of the content that we have on the site, we'll give you the site, the cause, whatever shout out at the top of the show. If you think we're worth 10, somebody will read a Twitter-length post for you.
Yeah.
That's 140 very sexy characters if you ask for the right person.
And that person is Dale. Hello, I'm Dale. I'm sorry I couldn't be here this week.
Can you do that one more time for me? I wasn't
I'm
ready
totally
to.
here right now.
Okay.
G'day. I have giant spiders that I'm taking care of right now.
We should probably move along.
Next part's for you.
I know. I went back to the notes. I was monetizing all our videos. All the videos are monetized now that can be, except the ones that are blocked in Germany. So we can be heard on Stitcher Radio. Search for Geek IO. It actually gives us a little bit of feedback. Maybe somebody. I don't know how that works because nobody searches for us with the term Geek IO. Come on, guys.
We have Superman sex comics or something.
You're right. Sonic Sex Comics.
Yes, Sonic Sex Comics.
Yeah. Search for us on iTunes. Leave us a review. It actually does. Reviewed? Wow. Speaking of Doctor Who. Reviewed. Leave us a review. It actually helps with ratings and lets other people see the show. If you give us a rating, also a review, we'd appreciate it. If you do, we read it on the show if you want us to. And the Sexy Nachos still is the runner-up. Or, no, the top most recent reviewer.
What are you trying to say?
I don't know.
I think it's getting late.
It's 11:15 for me. So
Yeah, it's almost stupid o'clock.
No, it is
Pretty much.
stupid o'clock.
Pretty much. So I should move the soundboard back to the main one so I can have the clip ready.
All right. And as Dale has like to do, we only have a few show note candidates, mainly because all of us were actually busy doing other things during the show. But show title candidates will be one of these. Pre-show Build-A-Boom, Where's Your Third Lung, Completely Naked, Dual-Wielding Pickaxes, Days of Future Ibit, or Rev Ood.
I still like Build-A-Boob.
Here's a spoiler, guys. If you know our show, it will probably have boob in the title somewhere. It is not unusual for us to have the word boob several times in our title. All right, folks. So, on that pretty note, on that perky note,
I see what you did there.
I couldn't even reach for the fader to fade my mic down. I hate you so much. Oh, man.
Good night, everybody. We will see you next. Well, they will see you next week. See you next week.
You have been listening to a part of the Geek.io podcast network.
Loud noises!
Visit us at geek-io.com for all of our great shows.
The pressure is building slowly, inexorably inside me. Oh my.
Just because you don't understand it doesn't mean it's bad for you. Go figure out how it works.
Geek.io. Damn it, you ruined my joke!
2014.
I want to get out of here. I want to leave this place right now.
Yay, horse noise!
I want
Stay
that
perky, my
in my
friend.
ear holes right now.
Oh, YouTube, let me say goodnight to thee. You have been great.
Good night, Twitch.
Good night, YouTube.
Bye.